Hey fellow YouTubers, and today Shorty and I are going to do our Brownlow medal prediction for 2017. This is where we give our reckless and crazy predictions. We do them each year because they're good fun, and it's always nice to hear the obvious names that you expect, and also nice to hear a few outsiders that people won't think of initially. But today we'll delve into three that even might be a top three setup, or one of those three will win it, and a little bit of an outsider that's not obvious on everyone's radar. So, as usual, mate, start us off and tell everyone what's going to happen.
Hard to go.
You got
past,
the crystal ball.
I do, mate. It's hard to go past Paddy Dangerfield, of course. He's probably the obvious one, the reigning champ, and
cool.
Of course, being a Cats fan, I'm not really going out on a limb there, am I?
Nice call, you guys.
No, I mean, he'd be a short price favourite at the moment, I'd imagine. But another guy I think who can probably go pretty well is Adam Treloar. I think he could really push his way up to probably the number one midfielder in Collingwood setup. Him and Scott Pendlebury, I think, could be just as Selwood and Dangerfield were last year, potentially. So he's probably a selection that I feel can get a few votes. He's pretty damaging and probably been building nicely, and I think he'll explode again.
Good kick.
And it's sort of a roughie, but I think a reasonable selection. Dylan Shield, and I think we'll really see him take his game to the next level. He has shown his ability to go big, but also being consistent. Last year he's more so consistent, but I think we might see a bit more of those bigger games from him this year. For a few more 3-vote games.
Come on, Dylan.
Hard in the Giants. Like, they'll get a lot of votes, but they'll also share it around with all those talented midfielders and players in their whole team. But I think Shield could go very well. And as for my roughie outsider, Jack Stephen, for me, not a massive outsider, but I think he's shown a fantastic setup through the pre-season. And I think the Saints are probably a team who could win a few more games this year. Yeah. He's probably their number one midfielder, as well as getting a fair bit of support. Quite eye-catching, has polled a little bit in the past. And I would imagine he's a little bit of an outsider. And yeah, if I was predicting somewhat of a roughie, he would be one man I'd consider.
Doesn't jump off the page straight away, but he does when he plays.
Yeah,
he's a very, very dynamic player.
Absolutely. How about yourself, mate? What do you got for us?
Oh, I've just got basically the runners-up from last year. I reckon, genuinely, if I'm picking, I'm going to go Luke Parker. Swans will, again, be up there in the top 4, possibly top 2 again. They're a great side, and he can kick goals. He's a really solid midfielder that can get the inside and damage on the outside, so he's quite a player to pick. And Dustin Martin surprised a few. I think the Tigers might win a couple more games. I don't think they'll be amazingly better this year as opposed to last year. But, look, he's took the next step, and I think he might just be a bit better. And with the Tigers being a bit better, I reckon he's somewhat of a chance to show up. And he certainly surprised me Brownlow night. So, I reckon he's certainly a chance. And Rory Sloane's the final one I'm going to pick. Obviously, I'd like to pick him, but Adelaide don't have too much coverage in the midfield. He breaks the tags, not too bad, but you do need a bit of support. You can't just be the one-man band in the midfield. We're looking for big years from the Crouch brothers. I don't know how Brad is going injury-wise.
I think he'll miss round 1, that's for sure. Well, I think quite a few.
Forever injured.
In fact, Rory Sloane might miss round 1, maybe.
Why am I picking him?
Nah, he fractured his cheekbone or something, didn't he?
Has he fractured again?
No, in the pre-season. I think he'll play round 1, but he was a little out of sorts.
Gee, I feel like he breaks it every week. Little Rory Sloane out with broken cheekbone. Needs to, I don't know, put some cement in them or something.
Better get a refund on that $200 you put down on Sportsbet, don't I?
Yeah, I think so. Damn. A bit of an outsider. It's not too much of an outsider, but Jack Viney, talk him up a lot, and you love him a lot, so yeah, you get around him. Very tough midfielder, and I reckon, he's got a few goals in the pre-season. So basically, if you add a few goals to his game or a goal a game, he's certainly in the mix. He'll be certainly one of Melbourne's better players, and up there with Gawn, and Petrarca will probably get a few as well. So I think Viney's a great chance to surprise a little bit, I suppose. You can mention names all day, mate, but you've got a few others. I think you mentioned Bont. Steel Sidebottom can slide on the radar as well, but
well, I think Bontempelli would be the notable exclusion from our predictions there. I think he'll be a very popular choice, and I think he'll have a pretty good season, but as you said, there's so many names to choose from. I mean, Fife, I reckon we'll see him back to his
talked about it.
Yeah, so there's stacks of names. You mentioned Selwood pre-show, so yeah, I think I was reading the other day the Herald Sun did their predictions. I think nearly 3/4 or around about that mark had Bont as their Brownlow pick. So
wow.
He is the favourite at the moment.
Congrats.
You couldn't argue. I mean, fantastic final series, but
yeah.
we haven't gone with him. But I think our selections are pretty reasonable.
I'm going to go with a bit more seasoned players. I think, there's no guarantee the Dogs will be as amazing as they were last year. So,
yeah.
Lockie Hunter did well also, I think, in the votes from last year from memory. Not saying he's going to win it, but...
a bit like the Giants, they have a fair few who can share around the midfield.
Yeah, he won't always be the best on ground. He'll be... probably had the most attention, so...
Dalhouse, Liver, McRae, Hunter...
yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of players. Stringer?
Might roll for time.
Nice joke there, mate.
Not for the Brownlow, but he might roll for the midfield.
That's what I was thinking, like stealing votes. Jakey Stringer. I think they'll be fine there. But those are our thoughts on the Brownlow medal prediction. So tell us, and just comment, tell us who's going to win it this year so you can pick a couple and chuck in your roughie. And we'll see how it matches up against ours and see who wins. And whoever wins... gets the knowledge knowing that they won. So
I don't get a prize.
Nah, bro. They just get a nice thank you for commenting and great contribution to the channel.
Times are tough. It's 0-100. Fair enough. All right.
Yeah, you know what it's like, bud. Alrighty. So thanks for listening, guys. Yeah, feel free to comment if you think so with the Brownlow and show us up, hopefully. Don't forget to give the video a like as well. Subscribe for more vintage content from Shorty and myself. And yeah, that'll be awesome. Catch you guys all next time.